Gary, as we mentioned, we always love having you here because you can talk about all the fun things out at Franklin Park Conservatory. And I know that one of your more popular events is going on this weekend for gardeners in, well, not only Central Ohio, but anybody who wants to show up.
Yeah, and there's actually a couple of things. We, today and tomorrow, actually have a retired plant sale. And what we do after a number of our exhibits and shows, we will sell those extra plants off to the public. We just don't have the room to keep all the plants, and so often there'll be orchids and also lots of foliage plants and very reasonably priced. And so a good way to get a little bit of the conservatory and take it home and try out some new plants. And that's today, I believe, 10 till 4, and tomorrow about 10 till 3. Certainly the best selection would be today. And so that's a retired plant sale. And look, fpconservatory.org. On any of the conservatory information you can find out. But the really big thing we do every year is blooms and butterflies. And so that just opened last weekend. Thousands of tropical butterflies, and the blooms part, we just put more and more flowers into the exhibit every year to feed the butterflies. And that's why we really call it blooms and butterflies. We put the two together, and we're open every day, 10 till 5. And the neat thing with the blooms and butterflies is at 1 and 3, we actually do releases of the newly emerged butterflies. So we actually emerge the butterflies in a little room at the conservatory, and then we do a presentation where we talk about the butterflies and a life cycle, and then we release those new butterflies every day at 1 and 3.
That is quite an event, and I know it's great for anyone. But I tell you what, if you have children, the kids will never forget it. My kids still talk about going out there. Well, they're not kids anymore. Right. They're one's 20 and one's 18, but they still talk about going out. And my son always says that he loved that at the end of it, you'd have to check for hitchhikers.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. It's all controlled with a double door system, and we have little mirrors where you can check yourself for any butterflies. If you wear bright clothing, often that will attract the butterflies. And we just ask you don't touch the wings of the butterflies because the oils in your fingers can actually damage the wings. So keep that in mind. But go in there and enjoy. And what I would say is a sunny day, you'll get a lot more butterfly activity. So if you like the really flying around everywhere, a sunny day is good. But on a cloudy day, it's good for photography and really seeing the butterflies because they're less active. So you can kind of go either way with that. But you can't beat a sunny spring day and having those butterflies flying around. And then we also have a companion exhibit called a fairy garden exhibit. There's actually quite a trend in doing these little miniature gardens with little houses and little props and miniature plants. And we have a whole exhibit on that just opened up also, a fairy garden exhibit.
When people think about the conservatory, they think about the greenhouses and especially this time of year when the weather really isn't cooperating. But Franklin Park is a large park, the conservatory just part of it. Talk about what else is in Franklin Park.
Yeah, and what's great, there's actually a 1-mile walking loop, so a great place to exercise, and you can walk around. It's an 88-acre park, some beautiful old trees, and we have a lot of actually extensive outdoor gardens now. There's the Scott's Miracle-Gro Community Garden Campus. It's a 5-acre campus, and it's all along the line of our callers this morning, actually. It's fruits and vegetables, herbs, and so that's a great area to get out. And as I mentioned, the We Dig Ohio Conference, that'll be based over in that part of the park with the Community Garden Campus and all those wonderful gardens. And coming up here soon, 100,000 bulbs we have planted that will be coming up. So the tulips are kind of pushing up. The daffodils obviously are in bloom right now. So look for right in mid-April, probably be the peak, mid to late April, we have 100,000 bulbs that'll be blooming. And as I always say, obviously I love Franklin Park Conservatory, but the Park of Roses, and then as you get out of town, check out your local botanical gardens. They're just wonderful places, and they always have horticulturalists and educators who can help you with your gardening questions.
Is there a lot of cooperation that goes on between the different community gardens and the different conservatories in Ohio?
Absolutely. Community gardens, for sure. We have a program called Grow Into Green that does a lot of that coordination. And I know Cleveland has a wonderful program at their botanical garden, and as we are now, too, getting youth involved in gardening, which is great. And then, botanical gardens are some of the most sharing people in the world, I think, and there's certainly no competition. It's all we all help each other out.
And how can you always get more information about Franklin Park Conservatory?
The easiest, just fpconservatory.org, and all of our hours are on there, all of our wonderful programs. We do a lot of kids programs too. We do cooking classes, and so fpconservatory.org.
And if people want to get their hands a little bit dirty, there are always volunteer opportunities, I imagine.
Absolutely, in many different areas, from in the support greenhouse to the outdoor gardens and to the conservatory itself, and then in our education programs where we're helping, we get thousands of school kids come in. So, yeah, many opportunities for volunteering.
Well, you talked about all the bulbs that'll be popping up soon. I imagine, I'm just guessing here, that Easter Sunday and Easter weekend is a really big time for the conservatory. People coming out in their Sunday best, as you will, to get pictures taken.
Yeah, absolutely. If you combine sort of our holiday weekend with blooms and butterflies, fairy gardens, and bulbs, we're looking at probably a parking situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Once again, fpconservatory.org
yes,
is the website.